utilize these innovations to reach more Filipino patients. Really, that is the deepest thinking that we want to do that, and we know we have a challenge in the Philippines. We know we cannot reach all the patients in the outlying islands. We know that, and that's a challenge for us, and that's why we're hoping through this competition, through this initiative, that we're able to use digital innovation to reach more patients. Really, that's what we want to do. Now, why the Philippines? Well, you know, as I mentioned before, we have many startups here with many great ideas that we want to help. Two, we have a proficiency in English. We know that. And the other one is Filipinos, where we're accessible, have embraced digital technology, and we want to continue to embrace that. So, trying to reach more patients really gives us satisfaction. It really does. And this is what my leadership team and I work on every single day. We really do. How can we reach more Filipino patients? And I'm not talking just coming to a big major hospital in the city. I'm talking about how can we expand that further and get deeper into the islands and reach those patients who we know are underprivileged. This is really what drives us every single day.
Sure. Yeah, you know, I think the question I sometimes ask myself is, you know, what's a Canadian doing all the way in the Philippines who has, no connection? But, you know, I think it's the same thing that unites all of us. I think we see that there's an opportunity to make massive change in public health. And I think there are very traditional ways to do it, but there are ways to do it incredibly fast. And this is what startups are engineered to do. So if you really think about it, how do you change healthcare for 100 million people now? And that's really what's exciting about being here, being at this time, because we're not encumbered with legacy systems. We have the ability to, as I said, leap forward. And I think being part of that, and being part of that change, working with people across the ecosystem to do that, is what is truly fascinating. And I think, you know, Takeda running this competition is further going to stimulate that ecosystem development. And, you know, at the end of the day, maybe the whole trip out here would have been worthwhile, right? And that makes it worth it.
I think what the Philippines has to realize is that the Health 2.0 concept is new even in the first world. And being in the Philippines and Southeast Asia, the third world country, we have the opportunity to take advantage of this Health 2.0 movement, almost at the same pace as the progressive countries. So any innovation that comes out of there, and innovation that we can benefit from, learnings, the technology, we have that advantage. We are at a certain stage, but again, we have access to that type of technology to be applied locally.
And taking off from that, we also have a different situation here in that I find that maybe first world countries can learn from our low-cost solutions, because we tend to develop solutions that won't cost much because of our situation here. And sometimes when we talk with others regarding health and technology, and they have very high technology applications that cost a lot, and then they see that, for example, we may have the capacity to solve the same problem but at a lower price range in a more innovative or ingenious way. So that's why this event is exciting for me, because I can see that for the first time we have some convergence between the doctors, the tech people, the patients, and Takeda. So as you said, it's one of the firsts where we have everyone in the room working together for the good of the patient.
So for me, I'm also very excited to see the startups. And for me, innovation goes beyond tech also. It's all about collaboration. So everybody plays a part. And being in the Philippines, accessibility, time, and cost is very important. So we hope to address that. And I just want to voice this out, because I just really hope that someday the startup would be the Pokemon Go for health.
That's the quote of the day.
Yeah.
Pokemon Go for health. Let's do that. Yes, I'm quite excited. For me, two things. Solving real problems and just using tech as a way to get there. Not doing a startup because it's trendy. Solving real problems, because we have real problems here in the Philippines. Second, Jay mentioned that we can benefit from the technology in the first world. I contend that we don't have to wait for the first world, right? The Facebook that they use there is the same Facebook we use here, right? The technology, the basic technology can be there, but certain applications we can use and be number one in using that technology for a specific application. In this case, health tech for countries like the Philippines with its unique geography and type of people that live there. Thank you.
Okay, so on that note, we end this press conference. We'd like to thank our panel, thank you very much, and our friends from the media. We're all invited to be in the other room for the pitching competition. Thank you very much. Have a good day.